So there's been a trend in the housing market where a lot of millennials and Gen Z, they're kind of giving up their American dream of owning a house and feeling like it might be a little more financially responsible to even start renting. What do you think about this crisis, and what do you think about this movement?
Well, first of all, you should never give up your dream. That's the first thing. And you know what? I will be the first person to say not everybody should own a house in this country. But if you're a working person and you have a spouse and you're working hard, you should own a house. No question. But you have to own a house that you can afford. And unfortunately, because of interest rates, because of demand, supply and demand, housing in this country is problematic right now. The challenge is that people are hoping that the interest rates go down and all of a sudden they'll make housing affordable. I don't buy it, because as demand goes up for these houses, the price will go up. Mm-hmm. The problem you have is that wages have gone up, and so has everything else in this country, and inflation and the cost of construction. So that has caused a problem. The other thing is supply and demand, as I said earlier. Now, the supply problem is there's just not enough houses on the market. And that's caused by a couple things. If you were lucky enough to get a 3% mortgage during the pandemic, or low 4%, you're not coming out of that house anytime soon. And the reason being is you can't afford to move. Now, in certain areas like where we are, the average homeowner used to stay in the house and flip a house every 4 years.
Yeah.
That's not the case now. They're locked in. They're not giving up that low mortgage. The other thing that's being lost is the tax savings when you buy a house, because you get part of that mortgage payment is being subsidized by the government, because you do get some help with your real estate taxes and your the interest you're paid. Now, granted, this recent tax law change reduced that overall amount. However, there's still some savings that are viable, and they're there, so it will reduce the amount you will spend on those. It's a tough time to be a young adult right now, because you got a lot of pressure, and you need to go through and figure out, what you need. And if you have to rent a little longer than you hoped, then you rent a little longer.